So again, your top 5, that's the main focus for this weekend, is seeing your best 5 customers. All right, the main reason I want you guys to see your best 5 customers this weekend is your best 5 is going to recommend you to their best 5, right? So if you start off with only Macs this weekend, guess who Macs are going to refer you to? Other Macs. Make Macs hang out with other Macs, because birds of a feather, they flock together. So I want everybody to mainly focus on seeing your best 5 first this weekend, no matter what. So I don't care how many appointments you do. Some of you guys are going to do 10, 15, 20 appointments. Only thing that matters really though is seeing your best 5 customers first. So now let's learn how to use our Vector Impact apps. All right, so let's learn how to use Vector Impact a little bit. So we're gonna come back over here. Drew Frank's gonna introduce the Vector Impact app.
Ready to download the Vector Impact app. David is going to walk you through how to download it, and this is going to be used for scheduling our appointments, organizing our contacts, everything we do.
Your recruit ID, and that'll be found in the email.
So
with
then
the
everybody
link
get logged.
Once you log in, it'll have you create your own
account.
profile. So you'll upload a good profile picture. That way, when your customers see it, they see you looking all classy and looking really good. And also, you have a place to put your bio as well. So that way, that's a place where you can, put down where you're going to school, what your goals are, what you're majoring in, and also what your goals with Cutco are. So as you can see, there's an example right here. So I go to the University of Washington, finishing up my freshman year. My goal is to blank, and so you can go ahead and fill that in, and you'll create a secure password as well. Once you have created that, we'll have you go to the people section.
So now everybody go ahead and go to your people section in the Vector Impact app. And just kind of follow David's guidelines
Of the app. So if you click on the menu on the top left, this screen will come up and you'll go ahead and click on the people part. Now you'll see that it says no contacts are added into the list. So you'll have to click on the friends tab at the bottom right of the page. So you'll click on friends, and then contact list will come up right here. So right now, by default, the app puts everyone down as a friend. So what we're gonna do right here is you're gonna go tap the plus sign on anybody you could do a presentation for. So this is all your family members, your parents, of course, as well as any like friends' parents, if you happen to have their phone numbers as well, any teachers, coaches, guidance counselors, or mentors, you can go ahead and put them down and just click add. If it's anyone who's a friend you would call to get to do a presentation with their parents, then leave them right here because this is the friends tab. So we'll go ahead and give you guys time here, and you can go ahead and add people to your prospect list right there. So, and also for any contact that isn't a person, so if you have like Domino's Pizza saved on your phone or something like that, you can go ahead and swipe right and it'll archive that contact and remove it. This will only edit your contact list in the app. It doesn't actually edit your contact list in your phone.
Okay, cool. So go to people, click on the friends tab, and then you'll see the add symbol, right? When you click on the add symbol, you're also going to see stars. So if they are a Mac customer, right, or they're on your top 5 list, go ahead and put them as a 3-star. All right, but any businesses, just go ahead and delete any of those business like numbers on there and just like swipe right, and it'll delete those. But pretty much anybody that is 30 or older, or anybody that you might possibly want to do an appointment with one day, go ahead and move them over to the prospects section. So just hit add, rank them as a star. So like 3 stars are going to be your Mac customers. If they're a 2-star, maybe they're just married and over 30, or they're over 30 and just have a house. They might not have all 3. And then don't add any, you can leave off any 1-stars for now. Let's see. Great question, Marissa. No, this is only for your app. So nobody's going to get any notifications or anything. This is just, we're just organizing your Vector Impact app. And then here's the picture so you can see that. and take your time with this. There's no rush with this. Like, let's try to get through all your contacts. So we have about 5 minutes to work on this.
Always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Usually I put something on TV, so we never think about you and me. But today I see our reflections clearly in Hollywood, laying on the screen. You just need a better life than this. You need something I can never give. Fake water all across the road. It's gone now, the night is come. But sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. You can't fight it, you can't breathe. You say something so loving, but now I gotta let you go. You'll be better off in someone new. I don't wanna be alone. You know it hurts me too. You look so broken when you cry. One more and then I say goodbye. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't
Yeah, Sean. So as you finish up with that, just wait, hang tight. But yeah, just store everybody that you do have over there. You don't have any certain people's phone numbers in there. You'll see a plus sign at the top, and you can manually add any contacts that you'd like to. Okay.
make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. I just wonder what you're dreaming of when you sleep and smile so comfortable. I just wish that I could give you that look that's perfectly unsaid. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. He always been faking me out. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now. Sometimes all I think about is you. Late nights in the middle of June. He always been faking me out. Can't make you happier now.
Okay, now we have our list. It's not complete, it's never complete, it's an ongoing process, but at least we have a strong enough list that we can hit whatever goal we want in our fast start. No matter how big our list is, no matter.
All right, did everybody get finished with that? Okay, cool. So you guys can set the Vector Impact app down for now. As soon as if you're all done with that, you're still working on that. It's okay. Just go ahead and finish that part. That's going to be very important just for the remainder of training. But just go ahead and finish that if you haven't. All right, because I know some of you guys have lots of contacts. Some of you guys don't have as many. It's okay. Doesn't matter. Okay. So let me guide you through a couple other things as you guys are using Vector Impact as well. So you guys can always add in more contacts. Okay, and the plus sign, like for example, let's say you have mom's number memorized, you've never put it in your contact. You can always add more. Sean was asking me this a little bit later. Or maybe you have a different phone that it's like an old phone, but you just never transferred over all your contacts. You might have a contact in that phone you want to be in your Vector Impact. You can add it in manually. Just hit that add button at the top. Now, the reason why it's important to have your contact in here is this is the app that you guys would use when you guys are scheduling your first couple of appointments, right? So you're going to use this app and everything's all automated. I'm actually just going to play a quick video for you guys so you can see how that works. Okay. Up. There we go. So just everybody, all eyes up here real quick. I just want to play this video. This is how you use Vector Impact.
After organizing your prospect list, head over to the tasks section. This section will be automatically filled with the next steps for each of your prospects. And the task list has built-in intelligence. It will create the right task depending on the prospect scenario. So you never have to create these tasks. The very first task we create for the prospect is the book appointment task. You'll use this task to reach out to your prospect via a phone call or text message, and you'll also book your appointments right from within this task. Let me show you. So click call to make a phone call to your prospect like this, or click text to send one of 3 dynamically generated text messages. Let's go through how to use this task to handle all scenarios you will experience when booking appointments. Okay, scenario 1, you book an appointment with the prospect. Under Actions, click Book Appointment. Pick the time you discussed and click Save. The appointment will be added to your Schedule section of the app and your device's calendar. More on this later. Then a new task for the prospect will be loaded immediately. This is the meeting confirmation task. We suggest sending this confirmation text right away to lock down your appointment time. And that's it. We'll then load the next prospect task. Okay, scenario 2, you reach your prospect and they ask you to follow up with them a little bit later. So you just add a little note to remember the conversation and then set a custom follow-up time to snooze the task until the time is right to follow up. Clicking View List on the top right corner will show you all your tasks, including those that are snoozed. The app will automatically put the snooze task back into the main list when the time is right. Scenario 3, your prospect doesn't answer the phone or you don't receive a response to your text message after a few minutes. Under Actions, Set Follow-up, just click Later. This will snooze the task for some time and then pop the task back into your task list later so you can do another follow-up. Lastly, there's scenario 4, the prospect declines to meet. So under Actions, just click Decline to close out the task. Booked appointments will be added to your device's calendar app under a new calendar called Vector Impact. You can go straight to a prospect's profile from the calendar record. Also, the app has two-way syncing for appointment time. So if you change the time in the app, the calendar record will update. And if you change the appointment time in the calendar record, it will update the app as well. Now let's check out the Schedule section of the app. The Schedule section gives you a high-level view of your week. The week stats show you how many potential customers, aka prospects, you've added to your prospect list in the Vector week. It shows you how many calls you've made and texts you've sent, as well as your weekly demo goal progress. Click Edit Goals to plan out your appointment goals for the week. Your schedule appointments will show up at the bottom, and you can slide back and forward weeks using the tabs at the bottom as well.
Perfect. So that's how you use Vector Impact. Okay. And
after organizing your prospect list, head over.
Okay. So that's how you use the Vector Impact app. Now, let's see where we're at. Okay. So so just to summarize that video again, right? When you're ready to call somebody in there, you select on the person that you want to call, you hit book appointment, and then you click call, right? And then you would just call the person after you book the schedule appointment, just hit book appointment, set the time and the date, and you plug it into your calendar. And then after you plug them into your calendar, it has a message for you to send to your person, right? And you just click launch text message app, and it says, "Hi, thank you for taking the time to have me do the presentation. I look forward to seeing you," and then so on and so forth. Then it will update your schedule automatically. Okay. Okay. The next thing I want to transition into really quickly is setting up your first weekend schedule. All right, setting up your first weekend schedule is super simple to do. I'm going to put a link in the chat box for you guys. Give me 1 second to find it. And we're going to just start setting up our first weekend, like start planning it out, figure out how many appointments we want to do. Okay. So I'm going to put that in the chat box. All right. Now, before, when you guys hop on there, make sure you guys make a copy of that. So go to your file and then select copy. So select make a copy. And then that way you have your own copy that you can edit. Okay. Sorry, my internet is being really slow here. There we go. So when you click on the schedule, go to file at the top, click make a copy, and then make a copy for yourself. All right, so that way you don't mess up the one for everybody. All right, so right now we're just gonna focus on our 3 days, our first 3 days. So we're gonna focus on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I guess we'll focus on Monday a little bit, but mainly when you hear me say your first weekend, that's what I'm talking about is Friday through Monday at midnight. Okay, that is what we consider your first weekend. All right, can everybody see my screen okay? Okay, cool. So you'll see that I blocked out a couple of spaces for your schedule. Sorry, dude, my computer is acting really slow right now. Okay. So I blocked out training for tomorrow. I just blocked out the time 11 to 5:30 for training. And then I have a $ right here at 6 p.m. All right, or at 6:30. And the reason why I have these $ there, these are all the possible times you guys can do an appointment. And then you'll see I have phone time right here on Saturday at 9:30. That's a good time to make some phone calls to make sure you schedule some more appointments for yourself. And the weekend, any time of the day is a great time to make phone calls. And then you can start your first appointment right here at 12 if you wanted to. Now you can do appointments as early as you want to on Saturday. I know some of you guys like sleeping in, so I just cater towards that. And then same thing for Sunday. And then we have advanced training right here, Monday from 5 to 8 p.m. All right, so I blocked out that time. So that's when our advanced training number 1 will be. However, if there's something that you have going on this weekend, I see somebody editing. Someone didn't make a copy. Right, or did somebody need to make a copy? I don't know who's doing all this, but make sure you hit file and then make a copy so this way you're not editing my sheet. Okay, never mind, that's Jeremy. All right, so make sure you, all right, it's funny because someone else is running training with me, but on a different Zoom. So we can see what Jeremy's doing, right? So you see Jeremy's like blocking out time for class, right? So he's like, all right, let's say you have class on Monday, block out that time with a different color. And then you're like, now you know, you're like, all right, I can't do an appointment during this time. All right, vice versa, right? With any of these other times. All right. Maybe on Sunday you have church. Oh, look at, he just put church, and then now he took it all away. All right, but like maybe you block out that time for church on Sunday or Saturday, whatever the case. So whatever you need to do for your schedule, go ahead and do that on your sheet that you made a copy of, and block out any times that you can't work, or maybe you have something planned. Now, with that being said, I want you guys to try to make as much availability for your first weekend, so this way you guys can go out there and do as many appointments as you wanted to. So I'll give you guys a minute or two to work on that. And then some of you guys, you're looking at me like, John, I got nothing going on this weekend. Perfect. Then you can do more appointments, okay? But if you have a lot going on this weekend, hey, don't worry. All right, like your coach will help you out with that to make sure to find a goal that works for you. All right, so give me a thumbs up once you have your schedule kind of dialed in. Claire, you are on it. I appreciate it. All right, thank you, Marissa. Thanks, Jerry. Okay. So if you're still working on your schedule, that's totally fine. I just wanted to show this just so you guys can kind of see where I'm thinking, right? So, and you notice I scheduled the appointments about every hour and a half apart from each other. Now, why do you think I want everybody to shoot for their very first one right after training? Everything's fresh, right? It's all gonna be fresh in your mind. And honestly, tomorrow's training is designed to get you guys pumped up, right? Like we're gonna review the entire presentation. We're gonna put all the pieces of day one, day two together. And then I'm gonna show you all these cool contests, and I'm gonna get you guys inspired to go out there and crush it and light it up. All right, so I want everybody to shoot for their very first appointment with their number one person right there at 6:30 p.m. right after training. I just want everything to be fresh. I want the energy to be high, and then that way you can just go put it right into repetition. You guys can do appointments as early or as late as you and the customer agree to. You don't need to follow this schedule exactly. So if you're like, hey, I want to do a 5 a.m. appointment, and you have a customer that says yes, go for it. Will I be awake? I don't know, right? But you can do it, all right? So just don't make grandma just sit through like a midnight appointment. That's good, okay? So let's talk about appointment goals real quick. Let's talk about appointment goals. And I'm gonna have you guys go ahead and message this to me in the chat box. But for your first weekend, a solid, like at a bare minimum, here's where your goals should be. Let me just fix something real quick. Okay. So can everybody see my screen right there? All right. And then Kyle, Jacob, and Austin, I just made you guys co-hosts so you guys can see everyone's goals. So this weekend, the bare minimum I want anybody to shoot for is 7 demos. All right, 7 demos as like the bare minimum. I want anybody to shoot for. But 7 to 10 should be your goal through Monday. This is through Monday all the way at like Monday at midnight. And the reason why I want everybody shooting for at least 7 to 10 appointments, Alondra, is if you do 7 to 10 appointments this weekend, you're gonna be guaranteed to hit your first promotion. All right, you're gonna hit your first promotion. So that's like the bare minimum I want everybody to shoot for. 10 to 12 is about average though. Okay, Nelson, most people usually do about 10 to 12 their first weekend on the job. And I think that's a solid goal for most of you guys. And then I know there's somebody in here that's going to be the hardest worker in the room. So if that's you, I would be shooting for 15 to 20 or more appointments. Okay. So go ahead and message me in the chat box. What is your appointment goal? How many are you shooting for this weekend? I like it, Claire. All right, that's a great goal right there. Sean, perfect. All right, I know there's more than 2 of you guys, so post your goal in the chat box for me. Thank you, Alondra. Good goal. Thank you, Jerry. All right, Marissa, I got yours. Okay, cool. And then Marissa, make sure you communicate that with Austin. He'll help you work like that schedule more around that. Okay. Charlisa, thank you. That's a great goal. Thank you, Heidi. That's perfect. Okay, cool. Now, real quick, pull out your vector impact one more time. And then go into your menu. You're going to see there's a schedule page. So in your schedule, thank you, Nelson. I got yours. All right, in your vector impact, you'll see a schedule page, and there's gonna be a little button that says edit goals. Go ahead and choose how many appointments you want to shoot for each day of the week from Friday through Monday. So go ahead and edit goals. So maybe it's like, hey, I want to do 2 right after training tomorrow. I think 2 is a great goal for Friday after training. And then maybe Saturday or Sunday is probably going to be a little bit bigger. Yeah, that's the right page, Heidi. All right, Saturday and Sunday might be bigger because you might have more availability on those days. So maybe Saturday is like your big day. You're like, I want to do 4 or 5 just on Saturday. Maybe you're busy with church like a good chunk of the day on Sunday, and you're like, hey, but I can for sure squeeze in 3. So whatever it is for you. And then take a screenshot of that page, your schedule page, and send that to your manager. Okay, so you'll, for example, Nelson and Charlisa, you'll send that to Jacob Hall directly. You can just send it to him in a text. Sean and Marissa, you'll send that to Austin. Claire, you're going to send yours to Kyle. And then Jerry, Heidi, Alondra, you'll send that to me. Okay. Now, as we transition into, so now that we got our schedule all set up, now it's time to learn how we do our appointments, right? Like, how do we set these up? So this next part of training, I'm going to teach you guys how to make some phone calls, and then we'll have fun in a second. But when we make our phone calls, we always make our phone calls in waves, right? Because it gives us the best chance to get in touch with the most amount of people. So wave 1, we'll have some fun with this in training today and try to schedule our best 5. We'll have a best 5 focus. Wave 2, we'll do this after training. That's where you can probably schedule an additional 2 or 3. And then wave 3, we'll do that in the morning. All right, but before we get into those waves, go ahead and go to, actually, let me find you guys the link real quick. But you guys can go to this link right here in the chat box. And if you're watching this on the recording, you would just go to myvectordemo.com. All right, and I'm going to teach you guys how to phone. So in the link in the chat box, you guys can just open it up and it'll take you straight there to the page I wanted to show you. Okay. Everybody real quick, just move around. Stretch your arms a little bit. You need to stand up real quick. Go ahead, stand up. We're almost done for today, all right? Okay. So all eyes up here. So now what I'm gonna do, we're gonna go through how to set up an appointment. All right. So I'm gonna guide you guys through like how to set up some training appointments. As I go throughout this, just go ahead and follow along with me. And then we're gonna get into the phone script, and then I'll show you guys a quick video, and then we'll have some fun with this. Okay. So your success during your first week on the job is going to be determined by the quantity of MAC appointments. So it's a numbers game. I always want to remind you guys it's a numbers game. The more MAC appointments you can do this weekend, the more sales you're going to make. So you want to show your best customers first, and we want to focus on your top 5, no matter what. However many appointments you do this weekend, the only thing that matters is seeing your best 5 customers. So let's talk about tips for scheduling first weekend appointments. So you guys can just go ahead and follow along here. Don't overemphasize Cutco on the phone. The purpose of your phone call is just to schedule an appointment. Cutco is incredible, but they won't understand how great it is until they see it. So what I'm saying right here is don't try to sell somebody Cutco over the phone. So Sean, when you make your first phone call and someone's like, oh, what's Cutco? Don't tell them about how awesome it is and how the scissors cut a penny. Like that stuff doesn't matter on the phone. The purpose of the phone call is just to make sure you schedule the appointment, okay? Speak directly to who you want to schedule. So don't relay messages through friends. So meaning, Alondra, let's say you call your best friend to try to do an appointment with her mom. Don't try to set up the appointment through the friend, right? Because if you get to understand, it's going to probably lead to miscommunication. So you want to just talk straight to the source. So like if it's your friend's mom, have them hand the phone to their mom or get their mom's number and call them directly. Don't text to set up appointments initially. It's not as professional and it leads to miscommunication. You want to create the right habits and call. So texting is appropriate in very few like occasions. Like it's usually if you can't get a hold of somebody, maybe text them, and if they are texting back to you, that's okay. But let's say they're like, hey, I'm at work. Tell me through text. Just say, hey, I'll call you back a little bit after work. It's always better to talk to them on the phone because the phone call, you can convey emotions, right? You can connect with people better, and it's just better overall. Speak with the wife on the phone. They're usually our target customer, and they're easier to schedule. Have any of you guys ever called? Like, there's a big difference when you call your dad and your mom on the phone, right? It's like when you call dad, he's like, You're like, are you listening, Dad? He's like, yeah, right. But when you call mom, she's a little bit more engaged, and she knows the family schedule more often times than not. So talk to the wives. They actually listen a little bit better. All right. Now stress the fact that it's not a question of buying or selling. Many people will tell you, you can show me, but I'm not going to buy anything. Just respond by saying, that's okay. I get paid anyways, and I just need to do as many appointments as possible. So when someone tells you that they're not going to buy anything, Charlisa, it's okay. Everybody's going to say that for the most part because they just want to let you know, like, hey, I'm not going to buy, right? It's okay. You get paid anyways just for doing the appointment. And if they buy, cool. If not, it's not a big deal. So don't let that affect you while you're talking on the phone. Always give a choice of 2 times. So here's a way for me to save you guys a lot of time just in life. Have you guys ever been in a debate about food, like where you're going to eat? Has anybody ever like got that question like, hey, where do you guys want to eat? And it turns into, I don't know, where do you want to eat? I don't know, where do you want to eat? And it goes on forever and you're still hungry. All right. Here's how you save so much time. You're just gonna be like, hey Marissa, do you want In-N-Out or Chick-fil-A? Right. And then they just have two choices. So it's like, oh, okay, In-N-Out, of course. Right. And it saves so much time. So same thing when you're trying to schedule an appointment with a customer, don't put the ball in their court. All right, Jerry. You never want to say, oh, when is good for you, Jerry? And then they're gonna be like, oh yeah, and they start to think, they're like, I don't know when is good for me. Hey, call me after Christmas. I'll be ready by then. Right? That's not gonna help you at all. All right. So here's the correct way to do this. Hey, what time is better for you? 6:30 or 8:30? Or what day is better? Friday or Saturday? The incorrect is like, when can I show you? Or never set yourself up for like a no, like when you say, hey, do you want to see my presentation? All right. The first thing that comes to your mind anytime like somebody asks you something, you're like, no. But you always like respond like, yes. Right? Like don't set yourself up for a no. So there's a way to position your questions. Set up a specific time. Tentative appointments usually fall through. So what I mean by the specific times, Claire, is you never want to, if somebody says, this happens more so with family, right? This happened with me with my aunt. I called my aunt. She was like, yeah, we can do the appointment whenever on Sunday. I'm available all day. If somebody says, yeah, call me whenever, that doesn't count as an appointment. All right, that appointment will 90% not happen, right, on that day that you call them, right? Because it's just not a definite time. So it's like there's no commitment to it. So make sure you get a specific time. Like, okay, like let's say grandma's like, oh yeah, call me whenever, I'll be home all day. Okay, grandma, I need a specific time to put in my schedule for my manager. And I also have other appointments that I got to do that day. So does 5 or 7 work better for you? Okay, so make sure you get specific times. And then schedule appointments about 90 minutes apart. At first, they'll take longer just because you're new and you know people well. So when you do your appointment with your family and friends this weekend, guess what they're going to want to do? They're going to want to talk your ear off. They're going to be like, "Have you got vaccinated?" Right? They're gonna like, "What are you up to?" Right? So there's gonna be like a lot of chit chat besides the appointment, and that's okay. So make sure you just give yourself enough time so that way you're not trying to rush through your appointment. Not everyone's going to answer their phone. So you want to use the 4-to-1 rule. Typically, for every 4 phone calls you make, 1 person will pick up, Heidi. So don't get like frustrated, like, oh, no one's answering me. Just keep calling. It's okay. And then the next person will pick up. So if you want to schedule like 5 appointments, probably shoot for like 20 calls. Sometimes some of you guys, you're going to make 4 calls, 4 people answer, and you schedule 4 appointments. That's very rare. All right. Some of you guys are going to be like, oh, John, I made 5 calls and nobody's answered. Keep calling because probably like the next 2 are going to answer, and then the numbers will always average out. So just remember, business is always a numbers game. Now, if nobody answers, just send the text that's in the Vector Impact app. Just send a text. It's like, hey, call me when you can. It's something like that. Now, Cutco owners are your best prospects. Always schedule your appointments with Cutco owners. So like Marissa was saying earlier, her grandma's had Cutco for decades, right? You definitely want to still do an appointment with her, right? Cutco owners are always the best prospects because think about it like this. The hard part of the job was already done, right? Somebody already showed them the value of Cutco. They already purchased it. So they already know how awesome it is. And guess what people always do? They always upgrade. They always buy more. Nobody ever buys everything that they wanted the first time, okay? The last ones I want to emphasize are these 2 right here. Eliminate distraction, and then phoning equals working. So at the end of the day, you guys, this job is very simple. And it feels actually pretty easy for the most part. Like the job is always pretty fun when you're just talking with customers, hanging out in your room. It's great, right? Phone calls are the only real work part of this job. That's the only part of the job where it's like, might not be the most fun thing to do all the time, but it is necessary. It's just like that. That's the thing that feels like work. So when you're making your phone calls, eliminate distraction. Make sure you're in a place where you can focus, where you feel comfortable talking on the phone, and make sure all the distractions are gone. Once you're done setting up your appointments, you're done working. Pretty much. Now it's time to have some fun and do some demos. Okay. So all these tips that I just covered with you guys, good news, Nelson, you don't need to remember any of these. Okay. All you need to do is just follow the script. Okay. So let me just go through the script. As we go through the script, just follow along with me. Let's see. Jerry, can you be my Uncle Jerry? I just need you to just like participate with me. And I'm gonna call you Uncle Jerry. Respond like my uncle would, but don't be mean, okay?
Okay.
All right, cool. So hey, Uncle Jerry, this is John. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, just got off of work. How about you?
Oh, nice. I'm doing great, man. What have you been up to lately? How are the puppies doing?
They've been getting old recently, but other than that, they're good.
Nice, nice. Well, the reason why I was calling is I'm just started a great new job showing Cutco, and as part of my training, I'm required to put on some initial training appointments. Now, you don't have to buy anything because I get paid just to show it, and I do the presentations right over the phone. So you just need to be in front of a laptop or a computer at home. And I just want to do 10 appointments by Monday to hit my goal. So I wanted to know if I could schedule a call with you tomorrow at 6:30, or would 8:30 be better for you?
6:30. I'm busy with family, so 8:30 will sound fine tomorrow.
Okay, 8:30, perfect. Thanks a ton. This really means a lot to me. So 8:30 tomorrow. And then Uncle Jerry, do you have a piece of paper and a pen nearby?
Yes, I do.
All right, can you just write this down because I know you forget things.
Yeah, of
All
course.
right. Also, will Aunt Susie be there too? I want to see both of you guys.
Oh yes, we both will be there.
Okay, perfect. And then one more thing, can I get your email so I can send you the Zoom and the demo link?
Oh yes, it will be just Jerry.
Perfect. You don't have to give me your email. All right. And thank you so much for helping me with this, Uncle. I'm really looking forward to catching up. I haven't seen you guys in forever. And I know this doesn't mean a lot to you, but it means a ton to me. So thank you so much. I'm going to send you a confirmation email, and then I'll text you a reminder. And I'm going to call you exactly at 8:30. So please don't forget about me, okay?
Okay, I won't.
All right, perfect. All right, thank you, Jerry. Give Jerry a round of applause. He was a great uncle. All right, awesome. So how'd that sound to you guys? Pretty simple, right? Yeah. So I read 100% of that. So just read it. No, most people can't even tell you're reading. Like I remember when I called my grandma, she was my very first phone call. I was nervous as heck. And then I just started reading. I just read it. And then my grandma, she was like, "Oh my gosh, you're so talkative today." And I was like, "I know, Grandma, this script is awesome." And she's like, "Oh, I don't think you're supposed to tell me that, but okay, cool." Right. And then my second person I called was my mom. Now, the only people that will give you a hard time are the people that give you a hard time anyway, like my mom. Right. So I called my mom at work. I was like, "Hey, Mom, how you doing?" And she was like, "John, what do you want?" I was like, "Mom, I'm just calling to see how your day's going." She's like, "No, you're not. You want something." And I was like, "Okay, Mom, just listen. I'm in training. Listen to my script." All right. And it's okay. You can tell people, Alondra, that you're reading from a script. We're learning, right? It's not a big deal, right? Or you can just have fun with it. I remember calling, who was I remember calling, oh yeah, no, my mom was at home. Right? I had fun with it. I was like, "Hey, Mom, can you give me some directions to my room?" Right? That was when we used to have to go to like people's houses and stuff. Well, "Hey, can you give me some directions to my room so I don't get lost?" So have fun with it. And take your time, just read the script. And here's the thing, I know, Charlize, I know you can just call your mom and like, "Hey, can I do an appointment with you tomorrow at 6:30?" And she's gonna say yes. I know how easy that is. But that's not the point here. The point is to actually like practice the scripts and learn how to read the script. So that way when you call somebody that you don't know, when you're calling a live customer, you already have this down, you're already confident, and it's easy. All right. So right now this is all practice. That's why it's called training. If I was just like, "Hey, Sean, just do this easy, make it as easy as possible for you," you wouldn't need to be here in training. Okay. So just follow the script. If you feel uncomfortable reading the script, that's how anything is that you start that's new. Right. So it's like after you read it a couple times, you start to get the hang of it. Okay. So here's what I want you guys to do real quick is read this script to yourself. All right, just read the script out loud to yourself 2 times. All right, now a couple things I want you guys to notice before you read this. You see where it says visit for a while? That's where you want to catch up with people. Be authentic, like catch up to it, like be interested in them. And you notice how I underline showing Cutco. So you don't want to say selling Cutco. Would you guys agree that selling has a negative connotation? Right? So it's like we're not looking for buyers. We're looking for people that are nice enough to help us out. So it's just like, hey, I'm showing Cutco. They want to buy something cool, but that doesn't matter on the phone call. We're just trying to set up the appointment. And then smile. When you're reading this, I want you guys to smile. All right, so I better see smiles. All right, the reason why I want you guys to smile is your voice projects in a more positive, upbeat tone. It's really hard to sound mean and negative when you're smiling. Even if I said something evil, right? Like, Kyle, I hate your guts, right? Didn't that sound super positive? So smile when you're talking on the phone with your customer. So go ahead and read this 2 times each to 2 times to yourself. Let me just teach you guys how to handle any questions that you might get. So if you keep scrolling down on your script, you'll see where it says possible customer questions. So where it says possible customer questions, let's say somebody's like, oh wait, what is Cutco? Right? This is how you respond. And make sure you guys enunciate, right? Because people might think you're saying Costco or Petco, right? Like I remember like calling my grandpa, he did not know what I was saying. He was like, what? Petco? I don't have any pets. I was like, no, it's Cutco. Cutco. And he was like, oh, Costco. I love Costco. Come, yeah, let's do it. I was like, whatever. I just rolled with it. All right. But yeah, Cutco. It's a line of high quality kitchen cutlery and a few outdoor items. I'm sure you already have tons of knives, but I get paid just to show it to you. So would 6:30 or 8:30 be better for you? And you notice we always, anytime we answer a question, you always want to follow up with a question. Okay. Now, if you get nervous and you're like, I don't know what to say, John, I don't know. It's okay. It's really awesome knives. So what time is better for you? All right. I already own Cutco. Hey, that's great. How do you like it? And pause, wait for the answer. They're going to be like, oh, they're awesome. Awesome. Well, like I said, I'm doing it for the training and I'd love to get your opinion and maybe some pointers. Plus I get paid anyways. So would 6:30 or 8:30 be better for you? That time doesn't work or I'm super busy. Hey, no problem. I'm really busy too, but I really need to do 10 appointments by Monday and I can make sure to keep it short. So is that a bad day or just a bad time? And then they'll say, oh, Friday's a bad day for me. Okay. Hey, how about Saturday at 12 or would Sunday at 3 be better? All right. And then the final one is how long is this going to take? Not too long at all. My part's about 45 minutes. After that, it's up to you. So which time would be best for you? 6:30 or 8:30 tomorrow? All right. So those are pretty much the main questions that you'll get. The key is making sure we get the appointment scheduled. So when we're making our phone calls, we're focusing on making to schedule Friday first with our top 2 to 3 people on Friday, and then Saturday, and then Sunday at the latest. Okay. So before we start making our first few calls, let me show you how to do a phone jam. Okay. So a phone jam is basically that's like when we all make calls as an office, we make calls together. So that way it's just a little bit more fun, a little bit more interactive. So give me 1 second while I load this up. Okay. So everybody just pay attention right here. This is Stacy Barton. She's one of the top college students in the country. So she's one of the top college students in the country. She's won several scholarships with the company just based off of selling a lot of Cutco. And she's a master at making phone calls. So watch her do that real quick.
Hi guys, I'm Stacy Barton. I go to St. Joe's University. I'm an autism behavioral
He's gonna
studies
get-
major. I'm
from
actually
here.
just shy of $500,000 in career sales, and I want to invite you guys to watch me phone jam today. The goal is to make as many phone calls in as short a period of time as possible. And here's what I have in front of me. I have my calendar, so that way I can see what appointment slots I have open. I have my phone approach, so I know exactly what I'm gonna say to people over the phone. I have my notebook here with a goal tracker, so I can cross off appointments as I set them. And of course my phone numbers, so that way I know exactly who I'm calling and I have the list right here. And my phone. And I also have headphones because I hate having my phone up against my face, and it allows me to use my hands and write notes while I'm on the phone. You never want to do a phone time without having a goal. So I always am promoting to my customers, I need to complete X number of appointments by this date. And it's not being pushy, but it's creating urgency. So that way I don't get the whole, why don't we just do it next week? Call me back later. And then I can fill my schedule right away. So my goal changes every phone jam. When I'm in school, I might just be trying to set up 3 or 4 appointments. But right now I'm going after a really big goal. So I'm actually going after 15 appointments by Monday. And I actually keep track of all of them right here with my goal tracker. And today I'm not leaving until I set up at least 8 of them right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'll just cross them off as I go, so that way I know exactly how many I've set. Are you seriously gonna film this whole thing?
Uh-huh.
Seriously?
Uh-huh.
Hello?
Hi, Sherry, this is Stacy Barton. How are you?
Oh my gosh, Stacy, I don't believe you're calling. It's been forever.
I know, it's crazy. Yeah, it's been a while. How have you been?
I've been so good, but the cat just jumped up on my lap when you called. I don't think he's too happy.
That's so funny. How's Charles doing?
He's fine. He just got back in from outside. He's been outside working all day on the yard. What's up?
Actually, well, so the reason I'm calling is I just started a great new job showing Cutco. And as part of my training, I'm required to put on some initial training appointments. So you don't have to buy anything because I get paid just to show it.
Okay.
Now, I want to do 15 appointments by Monday to hit my goal. So I want to know if I could stop by at 4 o'clock on Saturday, or would 7 be better for you?
I can do 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock? Okay, so we'll do 4 on Saturday. Now, do you have a piece of paper and a pen nearby?
Yes, let me get it.
Yeah, just let me know when you're ready.
Yep, got it.
Great. If you could just jot down that I'm gonna be coming by at 4 o'clock on Saturday, that would be great.
No problem.
Awesome, great. Oh, is Charles gonna be there, by the way?
Yes.
Awesome, good. Well, thank you so much for helping me with this, Sherry. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. I know this doesn't mean a lot to you, but it means a ton to me.
Oh, it means a lot to me too. It'll be really fun to see you.
Yeah, it'll be great to see you. I'll see you then.
You bet.
Bye. Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for helping me with this, Sherry. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. I know this doesn't mean a lot to you, but it means a ton to me. If they know it's important to you, they won't blow it off. And it's easy to blow things off when other stuff comes up or with somebody that you know, but you don't want them to blow you off. You want to be working. And do you have like a piece of paper and a pen nearby? I want to do 15 appointments by Monday morning to hit my goal, and I only have 14 left. Okay. Oh, that's so fun. That's by Monday morning to hit my goal, and I only have 13 left. Hi, this is Stacy Barton. Hit my goal, and I only have 12 left. Yeah, I know, it's a lot. How are you? Good, good. No, that's awesome. And I only have 10 left. So Johnny's in college now, right? Yeah, and I want to do 15 appointments by Monday to hit my goal. And I only have 9 left. On Saturday, or would 2 o'clock be better for you? And I only have 8 left. Now, if they're busy the first 2 times that I offer, no big deal. I relate with them. I tell them, hey, I totally get it. I know what it's like to be busy. And I just offer 2 more times for them. It's not pushy, but it's actually just making it easier for them and opening it up for their schedule. So I wanted to know if I could stop by on Sunday at 3, or would 4:30 be better for you? Oh, yeah, no, I understand. That's no problem. I'm really busy too. I just really need to do 15 appointments by Monday, and I can make sure to keep it short. Could you squeeze me in at 8 on Sunday, or would a little bit later, like 7 in the evening, be better for you? 7 works? Okay, great, awesome, let's do that then. I used to be nervous about being awkward, but things are only awkward if you make them awkward. And people want to help you out, especially when they're like your friends and family. I get your opinion and maybe some pointers, plus I get paid anyway. So would 1:30 or would 6 o'clock be better for you? Oh, I mean, you don't even really have to be interested. It just helps me out. Okay, yeah, no problem. I appreciate it anyway. Thanks though. So I just got turned down, but I did the script exactly as it's written, and I did what I needed to do. It just didn't go how I wanted, which is fine. You know, just go on to the next call. Some will, some won't. It's okay. We're gonna have a blast. Will Mike be there? Will Andy be there? So I always try to see couples together so they can make the decision together, especially if they're getting something big. But when possible, I always try and call the wife, since she's the one that normally runs the schedule. Will Mark be there? Oh, can you ask him to join us? Awesome, that would be great. Will Maggie be there? Awesome. Oh, bummer. Okay, well, let's find a different time then, so that way I can see both of you together. Awesome. Okay, so I'll see you guys Saturday at 2:30. Awesome. Something about phone time is that you're gonna make a lot of calls and people won't answer. It's okay to call the same people multiple times, even in the same phone jam. I don't text them, I don't leave a voicemail, because I want to explain to them live and have a conversation about what it is that I'm doing. Oh my gosh. I seriously need a nap right now. One of the greatest things that I learned at Vector is that you have to ask for what you want, because if you don't ask, you won't get it. Oh, you guys have Cutco? Oh my gosh, that's awesome. How do you guys like it? I know, the shears are like the best, right? They're so good. Good, okay, well, like I said, I'm doing it for the training, and I'd love to get your opinion and maybe some pointers. Plus, I get paid anyway. So would 5:30 or would 7 o'clock work better for you? 5:30? Okay. Oh, you've never heard of Cutco before? Cutco, it's a line of high quality kitchen cutlery and a few outdoor items. I'm sure you already have tons of knives, but I get paid just to show it to you. Yeah. So would 11:30 or would 2:30 work better for you? 2:30? Okay, Anne, yeah, let's do that. It's okay to tell people you know that you're reading from a script. Your grandma, your aunt, uncle, whoever, they're not gonna care either way. You just gotta tell them, hey, I'm doing this for work. Makes you more comfortable. Hey, Becky, it's Stacy Barton. Good, yeah. Well, hey, I'm at work and I've got a favor to ask you. I'm gonna read from a script though, so that way I get it right. Is that okay? Now, when using a script, you might feel awkward, but you don't sound awkward. It's gonna keep you on track, keep you dialed in. I find that when I get really nervous, sometimes I'll throw in fillers like, or like, or I myself need a script, so. Don't over-explain things. Keep it simple, get to the point. The goal is to make as many calls in as short a period of time as possible. You guys, it's gonna be fun, and I appreciate you helping me out. Awesome. The people that work the hardest tend to be the ones that earn the most. I wanna do 15 appointments by Monday to hit my goal, and I only have 8 left. So I wanted to know if I could swing by at 8 or would 1:30 on Sunday be better for you? Sunday at 2:30 will work for you? Awesome. I hit my goal. Yes. That's when you like break it all apart and stuff, right? Because then all the crumbs are in the bag versus getting everywhere else. Now I hit my goal for this phone jam, which is awesome, but when you're on a roll, you can't stop. I still have 7 appointments left to schedule. I might not do all that right now, but I figure I might as well just keep making a couple more calls because it seems like it would be really worth my time right now. Your manager is gonna be tough on you, but you need to be tough on you. Push yourself and put in the work. 15 appointments by Monday to hit my goal, and I only have 7 left. That's great. How do you like it? Oh my gosh, that's so funny. My mom uses the table knives for literally everything too. Or would 5:30 on Saturday work better for you? Yeah, no, I understand. That's no problem. I'm really busy too. I just really need to do 15 appointments by Monday. Liz, thank you so much for helping me with this. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. I know this doesn't mean a lot to you, but it means a ton to me. 6? Awesome. Thank you so much for helping me out with this. I'm really looking forward to seeing you. So I'm exhausted. I put in a ton of work, but it's kind of like a good workout. You put in a lot of effort and then you feel pretty good afterwards. And now the fun begins. Good luck to all of you. Anybody can do this if you put in the work. You got this.
All right.
So to make phone calls on the app, you'll go ahead and just click on any person you want to make a phone call to. As you can see, there's a search bar feature at the top. So if there's a specific person you want to call first, you can go ahead and just search them directly, and you'll go ahead and click on their name. And their profile, their contact profile will come up in the app, and you just go ahead and click book appointment. And when you click book appointment, this screen will pop up, and you could just go ahead and click on call. And once you call them, you just follow the script and book the appointment. As you can see, there's different options after a call to choose. So the obvious one, book an appointment. So if you booked an appointment with them, you click on that. Now, if you talk to them and it was just a callback, like if they told you, hey, call me back like tomorrow, call me back in 10 minutes or something, you can just put down scheduled callback. If they didn't answer, you just click on didn't answer. And then if they declined, you just click on decline. And that way it organizes your list. So if anybody declined, it removes it and you're not double calling them. And then also if you set someone for a callback, it'll give you the appointment. This screen will pop up for you to enter the appointment start time and end time, and then also the contact email. Now, this is important to put in the email because this will send a customer a calendar invite for the.
Okay. So yeah, that's an important point right there. You got to make sure you guys get your customer's email and you plug it in right here, because that's going to be an important part of them getting their whole demonstration all set up. So just make sure you guys get the emails and plug it in right there.
The appointment. It'll also send them your personal Zoom link as well as the link to the presentation itself. So that's a very important. So make sure you input that in there. That way they can hop on the appointment and you can sell a ton of Cutco. Moving forward, once you complete that, it'll have you send a confirmation text that just says, hey, Alex, thank you for taking the time to have me do a presentation. I look forward to seeing you. And you just go ahead, copy, paste that, and it'll send it. And now you can see that's in the schedule part of the app. And it's right there. So that's how you make phone calls.
And David, if somebody gets a contact or meets somebody that's not in their contacts originally or from a friend's parent, the same way they can click on the People app and they can auto enter a name and contact directly through the Vector Impact People tab in order to schedule somebody for a demo. Is that correct?
Yeah, so as you can see, there's a star on that first picture on the top right and it says add. So you would just click add right there and it just, and that's where you can go and enter new contact information for someone and then schedule an appointment with them.
As a reminder, when you're making your calls tonight, when you're booking your appointments tonight and filling out your schedule, definitely use the Vector Impact app, the contact list, and make sure you're making your phone calls and sending out your messages through that app. It's going to keep track of all your stats, all of your contacts, and it will book your appointments and auto integrate that into your schedule. That way you and your manager are on the same page and it keeps everything organized for you. So all of your phone calls, all of your demo scheduling, don't forget to do it through the Vector Impact app.
Perfect. Okay. So before we begin our phone jam, all right, the most important thing is to make sure you guys have your script up. I'll post it in the chat box again in case anybody missed it. but you want to make sure you have your script up. And when we're making our phone calls right now, so when we do the phone jams, I want everybody to make sure you have your cameras on, right? So that way we can see you making your phone calls. If you're on your phone for Zoom, like hop off, get on a computer, and then make your phone calls. And I like it when everyone has their cameras on and you're making your phone calls because you can see other people working, which is also like really motivating. I'm a very competitive person, so I used to view it as competition. I would always like look over at someone else. I'm like, oh man, I'm not gonna let Austin outwork me, right? And I was like, if Austin makes a call, I'm gonna make a call right after him, man. And so it just makes it a little bit more fun. You can have like your own like little contest with them. You can, and so on and so forth like that. And then Brent, can you help me out in the chat box here? So when you get your first appointment, after you make a phone call, you schedule your first one, just come over here into the Zoom chat box and put, I got one, I got two, got my third one, so on and so forth. So that way we can keep track of it and your managers can recognize you. They're going to be like, oh, nice work over there, Marissa, Richie Canyon, you crushed it, get another one, so on and so forth. Now also during this, some of you guys, when you're making your phone calls, you're going to be on fire. You're going to be like, holy crap, everyone's answering. I'm booking a bunch of appointments. If that's you, I want you to like try to like schedule as many appointments as you can. Like try to hit your goal. Right now, the goal for everybody is to book 5. All right, we're going to be making phone calls for about 30, 40 minutes. And I want everybody to try to book their 5 appointments as quickly as possible. The quicker everybody gets their 5, the quicker we can wrap up training here. So if that's you, you're on fire, you already got your 5 in like the first like 10, 15 minutes. Cool, keep going. Maybe you can fill up your whole schedule for this weekend. There's also gonna be some of you guys, you're gonna make phone calls and it's gonna feel like no one's answering. If that's you, it's okay. Keep calling, okay? Just keep making the calls. Even if no one's answering, just move on to the next person. Move on to the next person. I remember when I was running training, Gerald was in my training and nobody was answering his calls and I saw him, he was getting a little frustrated. And I was like, Gerald, you okay over there? He's like, no one's answering me. I'm trying to schedule appointments and hit my goals, but no one's answering me. I'm like, it's okay. You're taking one for the team right now. Just keep making calls and someone's eventually going to answer. And I was like, guess what? You're probably going to get the most callbacks. So then after training ended, he ended up getting a few booked. But then right after training, he was like, John, my phone's blowing up. I've already got 8 appointments scheduled. And he ended up coming back into day 2 with the most amount of appointments. So if that's you, it's okay. Just keep making calls and someone's going to answer eventually and everyone's going to call you back and you're going to end up hitting your goal regardless. But right now, once you get to focus on getting your best 5 schedule, that's the only thing that matters right now. Start off with your very first one. Whoever that number 1 person that we put down it on your list, call that person first. Again, you can let people know, hey, I'm in training. I'm reading from a script. Just listen. But I also challenge you, like, don't say that, right? See how it goes. See if they even notice and have fun with it. It's okay. You're going to make a mistake. Okay. So it's okay if you make a mistake here, Jerry. Like, it's like, that's why we start off with family and friends. So that way you can make tons of mistakes. They're still going to love you regardless. All right. And if someone has a question that you don't know how to answer, guess what you say? Hey, that's a good question. I don't know. I'm still on my first day of training. But by the time our appointment happens, I'll find the answer for you. So does 6:30 or 8:30 work better for you? All right. And then just book the appointment. Okay. So everybody, let's go and do this together. Go ahead and pull out your phones. Open up your Vector Impact. Go to your prospects list and choose that first person that you want to call. All right. Make sure you guys stay muted during this. And hey, real quick, don't be surprised if your manager reaches out during this time to you. All your managers are going to want to reach out to connect with you, let you guys see how training's going, see if you have any questions. But let's crush it. Who's going to get their 5 first? All right. So good luck with the phone jam. I'm going to play some light music. If you have any questions, just message your manager directly. And then I open up the chat box so everybody can chime in right here when you guys get your first one booked. All right. So let's start making that first call. We're gonna go until 6:40. All right. So let's see if everybody gets their 5 quick. I mean, we might be able to finish sooner. So let's see how fast you can get your first one. Who's gonna get that first one? What happened to my music guy, Brent? There he is.
Am I on Oxcore duty?
Yeah, go ahead and play some music.
All right.
Dang, Claire is killing me. I see. Let's go, Austin. Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know?
Right, cool. So go ahead and post in the chat box when you get that first one.
Wasn't right here. Oh, baby, baby, I shouldn't have let you go. But now you're out of sight. Yeah. Show me how you want it to be. Tell me, baby, 'cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me. I must confess, I still believe.
Start wrapping up those final calls. Looks like everybody's off the phone. I think Marissa's finishing up one. I can't see Jerry. All right, let's look at the chat box. So Wendy added 2 more. Nelson got 3. Great work, Nelson. So Alondra got 4. Great stuff right there. Looks like Marissa got 7. Shalissa got 4. 5. All right, cool. Hey, great job, you guys. So how was that? Not too bad? Give me like a hand gesture like más o menos, muy bien. Nelson, how's that Spanish? Pretty good? All right. So so hey, great job today in training you guys. Look at this. We got out a lot earlier, right? Because you guys worked really hard, and I really appreciate when I have training classes that are as engaged as you guys were today, and did put in some solid work during that phone jam. So that's what I love to see, is when everyone's just getting after it, working really hard during this time. So let me wrap up training with some assignments, okay? Now, I know training is long, okay? I know it's long for you guys, it's long for me, for sure too, but I promise it's gonna be worth it this weekend when you guys are prepared in your appointments and you guys are out there crushing it, making money, having fun. And your minds are probably pretty stretched right now. So let me give you guys some assignments, and then that way you guys can wrap up, go eat some dinner, and then finish setting up your appointments, hitting your goals. So the first assignment I have for everybody is to schedule more demos. I know everybody has different goals. Some of you guys are like really on track to your goal. You're like, oh, sweet, I only need to get 3 more. Maybe you might want to even expand your goal a little bit bigger. You're like, I wasn't expecting to book as many as I did now. Some of you guys might have like, I was just talking with like Jerry, like he definitely took one for the team. I was like, but don't worry, Jerry, you're gonna get like probably the most callbacks and keep making the calls, so that way you hit your goals. All right, so even if you didn't hit your goal right here, it's okay. All right, do a second session at home, try to book another 2. Can everybody book 2 more after we're done with training? Like book 2, right? And if I was you, you're already kind of in the flow of like making the phone calls. Just knock those 2 right after there, and then call it a night. Get the rest of your assignments done. The second thing is finish sorting through your contacts in the people section of Vector Impact if you haven't already. All right, so finish sorting your contacts, and then don't forget to send that text message. So after you book the appointment, make sure you send the text message right away, and then don't send anything else after that. Just send that one text and then you're good. The third thing is Have your social security numbers ready tomorrow. All right, have your social security numbers ready. That's so you guys can fill out your rep agreements. So you're not going to give anything to me or your managers. We're going to send you a secure document, and you fill out your rep agreements, and those will go straight to the company. And that way we can pay you guys legally. You guys will be official representatives. We'll do all that paperwork and stuff tomorrow. Get your direct deposit set up. So you guys have any direct deposit info, or you need to write it down or anything, just come prepared with that tomorrow, so we can just get that done right away at the beginning of training. The fourth thing is message your demo schedule to your manager on WhatsApp. So after we hop off of here, I'm going to create a WhatsApp training group just for this group right here. All right. Now, the purpose of this training group is so I can get information out to all of you guys all at once. It's not to like blow up the chat with nonsense. Okay. So like, it's okay to ask a question or two there, but try not to like blow up that chat. It's just mainly for me and the other managers to get information out to you guys. So expect a text message with a link to join into that chat after we're done with training here. This is like a little pro tip. All right, these last two are just little pro tips that I highly recommend. So the first pro tip is download WhatsApp onto your laptop. So as we go throughout training tomorrow and advanced trainings, and just while you're working here in general, I will send documents through WhatsApp. So if you just already have it on your computer, that way it's easy for you to pull up, so on and so forth. And then the sixth one is just set up a Zoom and have your meeting link ready. Okay, so you're gonna need your meeting link tomorrow. Zoom accounts are free to create. Go to zoom.us, create an account, it's free to create, and then you'll get a personalized Zoom link. We're gonna input that into the demo that we went through yesterday. So when we send that link to the customer, it automatically sends them a Zoom link as well. So that way it just all goes out in one email to your customers and makes it super simple. So just create a Zoom link before we get started with tomorrow. If you're like, John, I don't know how to create a Zoom link, there's this fantastic app. It's called YouTube. Just look up, how do I find a Zoom link? And it'll pop up right away, I promise. All right. But other than that, you guys, I'll post these assignments as well in that training group chat. But give yourselves a round of applause. We finished day one. All right. So I promise day two goes by much quicker. Okay, tomorrow, here's what we have in store. So we don't have too much to cover tomorrow. We're just gonna do like some paperwork stuff real quick. That takes like 2 seconds. I'm gonna go over all of our smaller sets and all the accessories. I'm gonna teach you guys how to find new customers, right? So that way you guys are like growing your business. I'm also gonna teach you guys how to place orders, and then I'm gonna go over the Fast Start contest. I'm sure many of you guys are like, John, what? Like, you never said any of the prizes of the Fast Start. I did that on purpose, all right, Heidi? So that way, tomorrow we're gonna go over the Fast Start contest or advertising bonus. Now, here, I wanna extend an invitation to everybody on here. All right, can everybody hear me? I wanna make sure everybody gets this invite. It's an invitation, not an obligation. Training starts at 11. However, my Zoom will be live at 10:30. And I'm going to do a little workshop for anybody that wants to learn how to go big for their Fast Start contest. All right, so you definitely don't have to come to this workshop, but if you're like, hey, I want to get off to a really fast start, John, I want to hit many promotions my first 10 days, and I want to crush it, like you're invited to come. Same Zoom link, hop on at 10:30. It will be live. I'll be running that Fast Start workshop, and it's pretty cool. All right, but you don't have to come. Right, if you're like, John, I'm gonna wake up 10:30, so like I can't make it to all that. Right, I understand as well. All right, so you won't be penalized or anything like that. So it's 100% optional. But yeah, that starts at 10:30, same Zoom link. Other than that, you guys, we are all done with training today. Thank you guys for again being a great training class. I can't wait to work with all of you guys and get to know you guys some more. Tomorrow's going to be great. Stick on if you have any questions. My Zoom will still be up. Your managers will still be on here if you need to tell them anything specifically for you. Other than that, see you guys tomorrow. Adios. All right, Kyle, chill out with your crazy hands, man.
Jazz hands.
All right, Jerry, did you have a question? Sean.